Whiskey River, take my mind. Don't let a memory torture me.
David Fortune is back to playing his guitar and singing as a Willie Nelson impersonator. But for a while, his songs were silenced by pain.
It started shooting down my left hand, and it was a burning hot pain, and it would literally keep me up all night long. And it felt like someone had driven a great big spike right through my hand.
When the pain got so bad, David couldn't play guitar anymore. He turned to the Brain and Spine Institute at Methodist.
Neck pain can also be a serious issue as well. If it's not treated, it can lead to further problems in the future that can affect the spinal cord. Remember, it's the circuit breaker of the body. So just like if you have a bad circuit breaker in the house, it'll start blowing the rest of them if you don't replace it.
As a neurosurgeon, Dr. Patel helps hundreds of patients with neck and back pain.
When most people think of a neurosurgeon, they usually think of brain surgery. In actuality, we're experts for the entire nervous system, which is the brain, as well as the spinal cord and the spinal nerves.
He diagnosed a herniated disc in David Fortune's neck.
One of the things that can happen with a disc herniation is you can get tremendous amount of neck pain. It can be on both sides of the back of your neck. It can go down your shoulders. But if it's pinching one side of your arm, you can have electric shocks down your arm as well.
That's exactly what happened to David. Dr. Patel prescribed anti-inflammatory medicine to help control the pain. That's how most patients get better, but not all.
They'll get to a point where someday they'll wake up and they're like, I want to soften my arm. It is that bad. I can't move. I can't do anything.
That's when David knew it was time to schedule surgery.
As we talked about it, he started describing what he could do and how he could do it. And, he knew exactly the symptoms I was having, knew exactly what the problem was, and exactly how to fix it.
David had a minimally invasive procedure called Anterior Cervical Discectomy and fusion.
It's basically removing that herniated portion off of the nerve. We start with a small incision on the front of the neck here. Using the microscope, we go in there and basically clean out bone spurs or herniated disc. It's one of my most favorite procedures because it's a procedure that has dramatic results and actually changes people's lives.
Whiskey River, don't run dry.
Now, David Fortune is back on stage, singing and entertaining without pain, thanks to minimally invasive spine surgery at Methodist.
His post-op recovery was pretty much of a standard, someone who has a neck fusion. Right after surgery, he said, Doc, I feel great, my arms feel great.
The first thing he said to me when he came into my room the day after surgery to check me was he took off my neck brace and said, okay, give me an E. And I sang an E note and he said, perfect.
And I saw him about 6 weeks out. Everything was back to normal. His incision was nice and pretty. He was back to singing.
Got back 100% of my dexterity, 100% of the strength in that hand. I can play just as good as I ever could. So yeah, he basically returned, number one, he got me out of pain, and number two, he returned my life to me.